welcome to Show of the Week Live. Happy Wednesday.
Hi.
Hi.
You'll notice we're in a new layout, boxes and things. Let us know how we're looking. Let us know how we're sounding. We thought we'd do something that looks a little bit more professional than a Google Hangout. How are you guys?
Hence the delay. Right, I'm good. I'm just live tweeting. Not live tweeting. I'm Instagram storying the stream right now.
It's kind of spooky because your phone's been green screened out, so you've got the background.
It's
Mike,
like a window.
Your hand is coming out of your box into my box, Mike. Keep your hands in your own.
This way. Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
Keep your hands to yourself.
Alright, I'll fix that, don't worry. Yes, hope everyone's well. We've got a cool show for you today. We're talking mainly about, we discovered that there's a sort of unintentional theme of kind of remakes and remasters today in the stuff that we want to talk about. The main one being Resident Evil 3 Remake, which Andy's been playing.
Sure have.
Very much enjoying, I think. And
yes.
making videos and things. So we'll talk a bit about that. But first, we'll talk about the news that we've sort of seen going on, and a lot of those are kind of to do with remakes as well, right? So the first one, first bit of news, was it's more of a rumor, more of a kind of rumory speculation type thing. But apparently, we're going to see a lot of remastered Mario games on the Switch for Mario's 35th anniversary. I would say he doesn't look a day over 34, but yeah, apparently
he's really young. They said what Mario's official age is.
He's 18.
And it's ridiculous. What is it? Let me Google it. He's 24.
That's ludicrous. I
know, right?
I still can't grow a moustache like that, and I am considerably older than 24. Let's just put it that way.
Well, Mario's 24, so deal with that knowledge today.
Not sure I can. Not sure I can.
As if things couldn't get any worse. It turns out Mario's 24.
But anyway, so the some of the games that apparently what we're getting is a sort of like Super Mario All-Stars 2. If you remember Super Mario All-Stars on the SNES, it sort of bundled together the kind of NES Mario games on the SNES. They were remastered, that sort of thing.
With a sort of weird theatre gimmick.
Yeah, so maybe they'll come back with that weird theatre gimmick. So basically we should be getting Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, I believe, and then Mario Galaxy as well, which is sort of pretty strong.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Which one are you saying is bad? Sunshine? That's the one Luke loves.
Yeah.
You'll upset.
I know. It's rubbish.
I've not played it, to be honest. Like everyone else, I've not played it. But
it's not rubbish. It's a Mario game. They're all good.
Luke assures me it's good. But yeah, it looks nice. We've got it on the screen at the moment. It looks sunny. It looks like a Mario holiday.
Yeah, it has got a nice vibe. The sunshine and the blue skies and the tropical marimbas or whatever.
But it's also about like tidying up. There's a lot of like cleaning up goo, right?
You just go around and spray water on like goo.
I mean, that doesn't sound as good as Mario 64.
No, exactly.
The other thing we're supposedly getting is a remake, or not even a remake really, but a re-release, like a deluxe re-release, a bit like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, of the Wii U game Super Mario 3D World, which I played. I played to completion. Well, no one played it because no one owned a Wii U is the problem. But it was a really, really good Mario game. Like every single time I played it, I like burst out laughing at least once. So it's very, very good. So if we get that All Stars 2 compilation and we get the Super Mario 3D World remake or remaster or whatever, that would be brilliant. I'd be well up for that, and I think that would sort me right out for my Switch and Mario games. Because much as I like Mario Odyssey, I actually think I prefer 3D World. I don't know if that's a spicy hot take, but it's really, really good. Really good. Kind of.
Jane, do you have a favourite Mario game out of those?
I'd like it if Galaxy 2 eventually made its way out as a remaster. I know it's quite recent, but I never finished it, and I feel like now's the time.
A lot of people,
although it is that recent that maybe they wouldn't look to remaking that or remastering it.
A lot of people think the Galaxy games are the best ones. Like they've got a lot of fans. So yeah.
Yeah, I can't believe Galaxy 1 is that old, because I found the footage for it. It's a trailer, in fact, and I was like, wow, this looks old as hell.
Yeah.
I'd forgotten how great a gap there was between Galaxy 1 and Galaxy 2.
Well, it's also because like the original Wii was still SD. It wasn't an HD console. Do you remember?
Yeah.
So
It was weird. Yeah, it's weird how it's SD and old.
Yeah, even though it came out at a time when we were playing HD games, it was still.
How did we let them get away with it? Who said that was okay? Nintendo.
Well, they sold a lot of Wii's, so you know.
Nintendo making their own dang rules as per usual and getting away with it.
We've got a few comments here. Angel Beat saying that we all look and sound breathtaking. That's very kind of you.
Mike is
Great,
still very
great.
quiet, apparently, according
Okay.
to the comments. David Brown
I
and
can turn.
a
Sounds
few
like the
people
music-
saying the music is a bit loud, in
It's a
fact.
bit loud. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I can turn myself up a bit and turn the
Let's
music
bring
down.
the mic up and the music down slightly.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going up a bit, so that should be all right. And the music. Let's drop the music a bit. There you go. Hopefully that works. So I'll.
Also, I look like bleached out, but I promise, I swear to God, I've got my ring light on like 1/4 power. This isn't even my ring light at its full power.
It would be like
and yet
Even my
somehow.
final
that
ringtone
bit in
like form.
Terminator
Like
2.
that guy I was going to say that guy in Sunshine,
Yeah.
where he's just taking like lethal sun showers. But there we go. That's slightly more obscure.
Well, I just got myself a proper ring light, so I've got some slightly better quality lighting for once. Oh, Andy needs to be resized. There you go. Yes. Also, Harry says, Mike, you're escaping your box. I was escaping my box a little bit. I think I've got a little bit of escape room, so I'm going to stop doing that.
I thought there was a frame. I thought there's a frame
Yeah.
to keep you in order.
There is
to
a-
keep
No,
you bound.
There is a frame, but it's a frame it's a frame that goes only like as far as sort of there, but I can sort of sneak a little bit in as well.
No, I thought the background was just like a big like image with windows in it, and then we just sit behind it.
It doesn't work quite that way.
I thought that's how Luke did it on Show of the Week. End. I don't know if you folks saw that on Friday. It was
How
Friday.
come the Resident Evil footage? is
Oh,
on
sorry.
screen?
Yeah, that's me. Let's talk.
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk a bit about Resident Evil 3 then, given that that's on.
No, that's after the news.
All right.
But okay.
We'll wrap up the news.
We haven't talked about Modern Warfare 2 yet.
Okay.
That's the newsiest.
Here's some actual news then. Modern Warfare 2 is out on PlayStation 4, but not on Xbox at the moment. They remastered it. It looks pretty. It's got remastered head stubble, as we established. It's not coming out on Xbox and PC for another month, I think. And some people are kind of angry about that. Because given that everyone's stuck
it
indoors.
comes out on PC and Xbox on the 30th of April.
Yes.
So yeah, right at the end of the month.
So
A long time to wait for Modern Warfare 2.
everyone's grumbling a bit
Yeah.
about it, which I don't know. It's a difficult one, isn't it? I'm sure that deal was signed with PlayStation long before everyone was trapped indoors. But a lot of people are upset that they're not going to be able to play Modern Warfare 2 on their preferred platform.
The cool thing for PlayStation to do would be just to come out and say, "Hey guys, you can all play it." It's fine.
Yeah, we don't mind. That would be
Yeah.
that would seem super benevolent of them, certainly.
Why do you do that? PlayStation.
It sounds like you're calling
PlayStation
them out.
gotta eat, you guys. PlayStation gotta pay its PlayStation bills.
Yeah.
They're not gonna give us Modern Warfare 2.
They don't have to pay for like PlayStation Plus though. They get that free because they're PlayStation.
Yeah,
So what other PlayStation bills are there?
that's true. That's true.
Yeah, exactly.
What did you make of Modern Warfare 2? Is it one of your favourites or?
I preferred
Multiplayer was
Modern Warfare
good,
3.
wasn't it?
I don't know. I liked multiplayer in Modern Warfare 3. That was my favourite one for some reason. Modern Warfare 2 was the one that had no Russian in, and that was a bit much. I thought.
Yeah.
Straight out the gate.
But then they did a similar thing in Modern Warfare 3. They were like, how can we shock people even more? Because, that became the thing Call of Duty had to do.
We hear you guys like civilian massacres,
Yeah.
are we right? Here's another one. What?
Also,
What?
Modern Warfare 3 was the one where the Eiffel Tower falls over. So,
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
The weird thing is though, like that is, I mean, obviously it's shocking because it's interactive and it's in a video game and it's under greater scrutiny from like the mainstream press because it is in a video game. But like, I have seen so many movies where there are civilian massacres and the Eiffel Tower or Big Ben or some other European landmark gets completely obliterated in like an American Hollywood blockbuster movie.
Yeah.
So there's a great big disparity in what's scrutinized and what's not scrutinized, I suppose.
Yeah, I think it always comes back to the sort of interactivity thing, doesn't it? It's like if you're doing it yourself, or do you know what I mean? Certainly with No Russian, it was like you were kind of participating. and it's in the remake, I think it will still feel shocking now. It's not one of those things. It's not like when you look at old Mortal Kombat games now and you're like, wow, I can't believe they were complaining about this weird pixely bright red blood.
Yeah.
I still think No Russian will feel kind of horrible and grim, even today.
It wouldn't be out of place in a Bond movie. It's a real Bond villainy sort of thing to do.
Yeah.
You were saying before that it's a real, like, got a real James Bond vibe the way it starts. Modern Warfare 2 starts with a snowmobile like action scene and then a bit of cliffhangering at the end. And everything about it is quite like bombastic and globe-trotting and not as like gritty and like the reality of modern war like Modern Warfare 1 was. And even the No Russian level is I mean, it's nasty, but if it was in a Bond movie, you'd be like, oh, what a bad guy that bad guy is.
Yeah.
But then again, obviously, it's the distinguishing feature of it being you.
Yeah. You can go through it and not shoot anyone if you want. It's not like you get a game over for that. But it's I think it was a bit sensationalist, designed to kind of get headlines, and I'm glad they've sort of moved away from that slightly. I feel like the new Modern Warfare has its own sort of shocking moments and things, but they feel a bit less sort of gratuitous, I guess is the word, probably.
I don't know. Did you play the new Modern Warfare?
I'm sort of part way through. I got to I've done the Piccadilly Circus thing, which was obviously like pretty grim, but at least you're kind of on the side of the good guys. Do you know what I mean? And you're not.
Yeah.
It does give you a game over if you shoot a baby in it. So.
Well, that's good. That feel like they're.
It's a bit weird, a thing to make your hallmark. Like remember how God of War was like it had to put a sex scene in every God of War because that became its thing. It's a bit weird to make like civilian death outrages your thing.
But they really did.
Apparently, I'm a little quiet, Mike. If you could bump me
up.
The internet can't handle you at full volume, Andy. We just had to lower you in the mix.
I'm not sure.
But how about?
I'm not sure I have individual control over your audio, Andy.
Okay.
Man.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. Comments. I'll try moving this mic closer to my mouth.
Yeah.
How about that?
How about that? So McTavish though, it turns out he's like such a weirdly male model-y like poster boy for Modern Warfare.
Yeah. Hope he's got that sort of faux hawk thing going on.
The faux hawk and the cheekbones and all the rest. Yeah. Where does he get his like fades like freshly done when he's
Probably
out?
Does it himself. That's like one of the survival skills you learn in the SAS is how to top up your fade. Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay, Modern Warfare, which is out now on PlayStation, not on Xbox for some reason.
Yeah, hang on till the end of the month, April 30th.
Should we talk about another game that's not out on Xbox at the moment?
Well, that's the sort of the flip side of that's Final Fantasy VII is shipping early.
Yeah.
So some people are actually getting copies of the game early on. So
So they didn't move the release date for Final Fantasy VII. I think we've got some footage. Are we
We have some footage.
Okay, cool. They didn't move the release date, but they're just like, hey, under the circumstances, we're just going to say start delivering these games as and when you can. They might start appearing on your doorstep because, who knows what the logistical capacity is going to be like on release day.
I don't know of anyone who actually has received it. I've not seen anyone on Twitter going, oh my god, I've got it. Here are all the spoilers. But yeah, I mean, it's a hugely anticipated game. I think we should be sort of thankful that it's sort of arriving at all. A lot of Hollywood movies and things are getting delayed. A lot of other game releases are getting delayed because of but I guess they got all their discs printed and things, so they decided to go for it. But I think it's, these big RPGs are exactly the sort of thing you want to be playing if you're stuck at home, something you can really get your teeth into, as it were.
Yeah. Well, speaking of getting your teeth into things, zombies get their teeth into you a lot in Resident Evil 3.
All right, so let's talk about Resident Evil 3 then, Andy.
Flawless segue. Okay, so I've played Resident Evil 3. Who wants to talk about it?
Yeah, go on then. I've got some footage up on the screen that you may have seen a bit of earlier, but there you go.
Okay, cool. Well, I thought Resident Evil 3 was very good. I've been looking at the comments on videos I've made and stuff, and it seems like the Resident Evil community has decided to not like it for some reason. Not entirely 100% sure why.
Why do you like it, Andy? Tell us.
Well, I don't know if it's better than the Resident Evil 2 remake. It is very similar.
Right.
But why do you like it? You said you liked it.
Yeah, because I really like the Resident Evil 2 remake, and it's basically the same game with different characters who are both excellent. And new locations, some old locations that you see from like different perspectives. It's not, I think, one of the big criticisms is that it's a short game, and it is. But so was the Resident Evil 2 remake. So was the original Resident Evil 3. So was the original Resident Evil 2. They're all quite short games. They're sort of built for you to play them through multiple times, getting like better ranks and faster times through the game. And I think people see the Resident Evil 2 remake kind of with rose-tinted glasses. I don't know if you remember all the bloody wiring puzzles you had to do as Ada Wong.
No.
That was not fun.
Right.
And there's none of that in Resident Evil 3.
Is it a bit more actiony? Like I saw a lot of reviews saying it's less survivally and more sort of action. You get a shotgun very early on as Jill, and
you do a lot of like ammo crafting. So I never felt like I was going to run out of ammo at any point, which is, I guess, people like Resident Evil purists are like, oh, you should have 2 bullets and you should be constantly terrified of going down a corridor. And it isn't like that. You always feel like you're equipped to handle zombies, at least. Like when you start to get into the tougher enemies later on in the game, then you have actual problems, and you might be killed in a combat situation. But like a lot of the time, it is slightly more empowering because you're like, I've got a bunch of ammo and there's like 6 zombies and I'm going to take them all out, and it's just really fun. And the pace of it is just relentless. You're just constantly like racing forward to the next objective. I played through the whole thing this past weekend, and I had a really good time with it.
How is the Nemesis compared to Mr. X?
He's faster, and he can sort of like hit you from a distance, pull you over with like tentacles and stuff, as anyone who's played the demo can tell you. Plus he gets weapons. I mean, you've seen the flamethrower. There's a bit where he's got a rocket launcher as well. There were a couple.
Does he say more? Does he say more things?
No, he just says stars.
Oh, okay.
But
I might have given him like a scorching monologue or something.
It just starts, monologuing villain style.
Does Rutger Hauer's monologue from
Tears in the Rain?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's like the original Resident Evil 3. He's got several forms, and you have a few like stand-up boss fights against him, which are cool. I did have a couple of criticisms when playing against the Nemesis, because I don't think I was supposed to see him teleport into a different thing. I swung the camera around, and I could actually see him teleport into a different
I caught you. I saw you teleport. You're not allowed to do that. That's cheating.
Yeah, exactly. Teleporting is cheating.
His mystical mutant powers he's like Nightcrawler. He's like the X-Men in his mutation. Yeah, his mutation, teleportation, along with all the other gross mutations he's got.
Exactly, but like Jill is really good. Carlos is excellent. I said in my video on the channel that there's a bit where you're playing through the police station from Resident Evil 2 as Carlos, and he is just reacting to everything in the way that I was reacting to everything. So he's like commenting on the weird doors, and like he's basically just roasting Resident Evil as a concept. Nice. While you're playing as him, so I really enjoyed that, and I'm going to play through the whole thing again, because when you finish the game, you kind of get points for doing various challenges throughout the game, and when you finish it, you've got a kind of stock of points, and you can spend them on unlocks for your New Game Plus. So you can get new outfits, or you can get things that will help you, like getting the bolt cutters early on, or like the lockpick early on, things like that. So you can sort of spec yourself out for speed running and things like that. So you can get better ranks, and then better ranks give you more rewards and stuff. So I am definitely going to play through it again. But yeah, I've just seen a bunch of negativity around it online, and I get it that it is a full price game that you're going to finish in about 6 to 7 hours.
Hey, don't forget about Resident Evil Resistance that no one will care about.
Oh yeah,
that's not even. Is that live now? Is it?
There's a beta at the moment.
Well, there's your problem. Like supposedly part of your deal, part of the bundle is not even running, right?
Yeah, well, you can play it. Like the review copy I've got, there's like review servers where you can play it against other people.
No, but I mean, is the public?
Oh, it's gonna be alongside the game. Yeah, the game's not out till Friday.
Oh, okay, yeah. Right. Good. Okay, fine, good. But yeah, also no one will care about Resident Evil multiplayer.
Yeah, I really liked it. It's a full price game. It's quite short. It depends on how much you love Resident Evil. I really love Resident Evil, so I'm
here for Carlos and Jill. I'm here all day for the new takes on Carlos and Jill, for sure.
Do you think it would have benefited from like an extra year of development at all, or do you think it was just like they did all they could with the source material?
I mean, there are bits from the original game that aren't in it.
Right.
There's like the stuff in the clock tower. There's bosses that don't appear in it and stuff that they could have adapted. But then there's a bunch of stuff that wasn't in the original game that's in this one. So I mean, they could have added more sequences, like padded it out and made it longer, probably with another year of development. But I don't know. I mean, I just wanted to play it. I don't know if I'd want to wait another year for like another hour of gameplay.
I think what sort of aggravates the negativity is that it's not long since Resident Evil 2 Remake came out, and so it's fresh in mind how long that game went on for, how good it was, how much it cost.
It's like the same kind of length as the Resident Evil 2. The only thing is that Resident Evil 2 had 2 campaigns. It had the Claire and the Leon campaign, which were basically the same. They were less different than they were in the original Resident Evil 2.
But I feel like people count those 2 campaigns as like the story, I think. Anyway.
Yeah.
It's funny how
it's a fair criticism.
I think it's getting a lot of the same criticisms that the original one did back in the day, right? Like they're like, oh, it's come out too soon, and it's it's not different enough, and all this. Do you know what I mean? It feels like they've sort of released it in about the same distance from the original that they released it, and it's sort of similarly a bit short and a bit slightly derivative and things like that. But if it's fun, and it's scary, and I think the fact that it is a bit more sort of actiony and a bit more shootery, rather than again just doing exactly the same stuff as you did in Resi 2, is better than a lot of people are like, oh, it's too actiony, it's not survival horror enough. You don't want to play the exact same game again. So I take your point in that regard. Yeah,
I think if you have a problem with it being kind of full price and quite a short game, then just wait a few months, it'll come down in price, and then you can pay what you think it's worth.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
But yeah, I had a really good time with it. I couldn't put it down, basically. I basically finished it in 2 long sittings.
It does help that you've got nowhere to go.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Makes it a lot easier to play things for hours and hours on end. Let's see if we've got some comments.
Yeah, we will play through it on the channel. So you can, if you still can't make your mind up, you can watch us play it and see what you think.
Commenter ADJEI, I'm going to spell it rather than say it, says part of the negativity was that the Mercenaries is not in the Resident Evil 3 remake, because some people really like the Mercenaries, which is that multiplayer.
Oh man, yeah, I hated Mercenaries. It wasn't multiplayer; it was like a time attack.
That was
mode.
it, time attack score thing. Yeah.
Yeah, we got extra time every time you killed a zombie, and you had to get certain ranks to get.
That's stressful. I remember.
Yeah, I never really liked it. I did it because I wanted to unlock everything in the Resident Evil games. But yeah, I never really. I don't think I would say I ever enjoyed Mercenaries. But I know a lot of people did.
Yeah, I always hate modes like that where it's just the same stuff but with a time limit or scores or something like that. It just seems wasteful. I'd rather have a multiplayer mode that I might play once or twice and then discard forever. Like, I'd rather have that than a sort of wave-based shooting thing or whatever. I would find. Rippersite says, okay, am I the only one who wants to see each of the Xbox team do their take on the Blade Runner monologue? Maybe if we've been in lockdown for 6 months and we're really struggling for content, we'll do.
Yeah, be careful what you wish
exactly.
for. It's going to be movie recreations and Shakespeare performances.
Aisha says, glad I can catch full stream. I'm working in a nursery, so I'm still working. Thanks for your hard work, guys, keeping us all entertained. Stay safe. Yes, stay safe to you as well, and well done for still sort of going to work and doing things.
I like this comment from Bob Spitfire, who says, I've not actually seen much criticism myself. Are we sure this isn't just Twitter criticism, i.e. meaningless criticism that should be ignored by everyone? There is a chance, Andy, that you're drawing on quite a cynical... How do I say this?
Yeah,
like
If this is mostly from the comments on the review style video I put up. Yes.
I read a couple of reviews as well, and there were a few people sort of echoing those sentiments, like, oh, it's a bit short and things. But yeah, you might.
Yeah, I read Wes's review on Eurogamer.
Yeah, me too.
And he seemed to share some of those concerns, and I totally get them. I think I'm quite biased when it comes to Resident Evil because it's one of my kind of top 3 franchises of all time. I love Resident Evil games, so probably I'm a bit biased. But yeah, I get it.
Oh, here's a comment from Calasanti Santi who says the Blade Runner game is on Good Old Games now.
It
Do you know
is,
they brought out that Blade Runner game on Good Old Games. It's like a remaster of it because it's a pain in the ass to like emulate to play like the original version. So there's something since we're talking about Rocket
it's really interesting. Like it's got branching sort of narratives. It's a sort of detective
brilliant.
investigation, but that changes every time you play it, which is pretty neat.
Yeah.
Because it used to be you couldn't actually play it because they wouldn't run on modern computers.
Correct, yeah.
So
But they fixed it.
cool. I remember playing it back in the day. It was great.
Metabolic Spore Zero says, I didn't find No Russian to be that grim. A Hitman Kill Everyone challenge, that's grim. Yeah, we have tried that before and it does get really nasty.
Yeah, we thought it would be like a fun challenge, and then after you've killed about 20 people, you're like, this is
horrible,
grueling and unpleasant.
A bit like that with my Patient Zero playthrough as well. Lionel L says, no, I'm late to the stream, what have I missed? You have missed Resident Evil 3 chat, and also some chat about Final Fantasy, COD, and Mario. But you can always rewatch it. These things are available to rewatch whenever you like. Logan Day says, hey, when are you guys going to finish the Doomsday heists? Maybe.
Where did we even get to? So that's the GTA Online heists, if you didn't know. But they're so complicated. How far did we get?
I don't know.
They're so complicated.
Not even nearly
There's so
to the
many
end.
steps and stages and prep and planning, and I would have to like go back and figure out where we were even. I'd be up for it though. We were talking about the kind of games that we should be playing now that we can't
get together,
play together in physical person. And like GTA Online is a good one. Yeah,
it was good fun. I think the last thing we did was steal a load of DeLoreans. That's the last thing I remember us doing.
No, the last thing we did was the casino. Do you remember?
Oh, but that...
The casino?
Maybe, yeah, vaguely, yeah.
There's a casino. It was, and then people were angry because it had microtransactions.
Oh yes, yeah, but I mean the last heist we
gamble
did.
Real money and get nothing back. Yeah.
Just like real life. It's like real life in microcosm.
Yeah. Well, kind of. Yeah.
Tom Tiddington says, "Yay, happy days! I'm missing England today. Hope you're well." Yeah, England. I mean, you're not missing much happening in England because, like everywhere, it's all completely shut down. But yeah, sorry that you're homesick and stuck abroad while all this is kicking off. And Mr. Logan Clad says, I think you do a great job streaming. Here's something for those who can't donate. Well, thank you. Yeah. Yep. Colton No DK says that London looks deserted, and that people out were wearing facial masks. Yeah, everyone's. I mean, it's like everywhere in the world. You know, we're all indoors. We're all staying safe. It's what we should be doing, and it's what we are doing.
It's good that people are taking it seriously.
Oh, Tom Titherington also says, I played the demo for Resident Evil 3 but got frustrated. May give it another go someday. So, I think when it comes down in price, maybe, like you say, if it's a short game, it might even end up on Game Pass. Can you imagine? And you wouldn't have to pay more than sort of £7 for it.
In terms of the difficulty level, the zombies still do that thing where they're comparatively hard to like nail with a headshot, because they are accidentally very good at like ducking and weaving, because they're just like wheeling all over the place, you know.
Well, you probably saw in the footage, that's me playing. I do a lot of like slow tracking before you fire. Like you get into a kind of nice rhythm of doing that.
You're just waiting for them to like bob through your crosshairs kind of thing.
Yeah, like most of the time it's fine because it's got this it's got the dodge mechanic in it now, where once you get the timing of that down, you can generally get out of the way of zombies quite easily. But when it gets really bad is when the nemesis is chasing you and suddenly you're having to sprint through packs of zombies to get away from the nemesis. So you'll end up like using your shotgun trying to clear traps and stuff, and then you'll get a zombie who will grab you, they'll bite you, and then you'll turn around, the nemesis will be there. Basically they all just pile on, and you can very quickly lose control of the
Nemesis
situation.
is such an opportunist.
Basically, yeah, it's terrible.
With the dodge mechanic, you know, if you parry or dodge or whatever at exactly the right time, you get that thing where you can whip around and then you get a couple of cool like cinematic shots on the zombie. How often were you getting that?
Oh, very rarely. That's like a perfect dodge. There's two levels to it. You get like the cool dodge where you like you get the little white light kind of flash thing and you roll out the way. But if you get it exactly right, then you get that little, you'll spin around and face the thing that you dodged. And then
it looks so cool, but I can imagine I'll play the game and not get it once, because I'm very bad at that kind of like perfect
parrying,
dodge, perfect parries.
It's
it happened more often during boss fights than it did.
Oh,
in
okay.
general.
Maybe it's set up for that because it looks very cool when it happens. So it'd be sad if it didn't happen.
Is that
at
because
all.
the bosses
Yeah.
telegraph their moves a bit more, sort of, like clearly?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds.
But the regular zombies, yeah, they're a bit more unpredictable because they're sort of staggering wildly all over the place.
There's a comment here from Archer 3000 in a different subject. I just got checked out of the hospital and in better health and wanted to thank you all for the live streams. Really glad you're all staying home and adjusting and wish everyone good health. Thanks to you, Archer 3000. Glad to hear you're out of hospital and feeling better. And very, very sweet and very cool that you were like watching streams in hospital, that you're watching us. We're very honoured by that.
Keeping you entertained, hopefully. Yeah, I'm glad you're feeling better. So we've got loads of new members. There's that guy with the beard, Sophiriel, Kellen Roshan, Miranda Butler, Willow Button.
Welcome.
Yeah, welcome to all of you. Garen Quant, Mal Stram, all new members, and Aisha's new member as well, who also dropped us a comment. So thank you so much for joining us. You should have access to emoji. That's one of the things that you get when you're a member of a channel on YouTube, and bits and bobs as well.
Did you just pluralise emoji as emoji? Because I love it.
surely
emoji is the plural of emoji, right? Is that not right?
And what's
I think it's an emoji.
It's a single. It's an emoji.
An emojon.
And then
The emojium of Dr. Funnett.
emoji,
a movie.
the elemental substance that emojis are made of. Yeah.
Sure. That's what they're after in Avatar,
Yes.
right?
As
Commented Red Shadow 120 says, "What are Oxbox's quarantinees of choice? I'm a bartender without a bar right now, and I miss."
Oh
one."
no, so sad.
Well, Red Shadow, what would you recommend to us? I suppose it depends what you've got at home. in
yeah,
your
the answer is
cupboard.
whatever I've got in the drinks cabinet, which is a motley
Yeah.
crew of things left over after house parties, mainly.
So it's like a bit of cough syrup, a bit of
Creme de
Yeah.
menthe. Yeah.
Oh, I've got actually. Now that you mention it, I do have a bunch of like weird souvenir boozes
Right.
in the drinks cabinet. You know when someone
They're
comes
not
back,
undelicious.
when someone comes back from Italy and they're like, "I've got the world's strongest limoncello for you," and you're like, "I don't know what to do with this." Well, it was for now. It was all for now. Yeah.
I bought back that sauna barrel vodka. That was.
Oh yeah, and you brought back this like Finnish vodka in a plastic bottle. That's when you know it's the premium stuff. No, it is good. It is good.
Yeah.
They've got so much vodka over there that they're like, yeah, stick it in a plastic bottle. It's fine. It's good.
Yeah, I've got some whiskey to get through. I'm not a big whiskey drinker, but I think I'm going to become a big whiskey drinker as the weeks roll on. But
Like
I
physically
got me
large.
some like rum bouillon for my birthday. It's like
Yes.
chocolate chili rum bouillon.
amazing.
And it's delicious. So maybe I could get tucked into that. Yeah.
But I like that. I mean, we talked a bit, I think, last week about how Hackney Brewery are doing deliveries now, right, Andy? I think they're doing them nationwide, so they're really good.
Yeah, they've gone nationwide now, which is
I
cool.
spotted that Tiny Rebel, who do a load of really interesting beers, like they do like a jam donut beer and like the Stay Puffed Marshmallow one that.
You're
Oh,
so
wow.
into like novelty, super sweet.
Yeah,
beers.
they're amazing. I like all beer, obviously,
Don't
but like they're dessert beers basically. But they do a load of regular stuff as
Candy
well. And yeah, they're delivering now. And I re-upped my Beer 52 subscription as well because yeah, I need my beers. I'm going through them slightly quicker than I would normally. I've noticed.
Herman Wong says, "Drink responsibly, Mike." So we
Yeah,
can all
Mike.
agree with Herman
Yeah, I
Wong.
do.
Yes.
Everyone drinking responsibly and only if they're of age,
Yes,
etc., etc.
I would say drinking candy flavour beer is drinking irresponsibly.
Irresponsible.
Yeah,
Your drinking license has been revoked because
Yeah.
you drank candy beer.
that's
At
great.
least I have a built-in thing, a built-in safety switch, which is that like if I have drinks one night, I just can't bring myself to drink the next night. Not because I've drunk too much, but just because it feels weird. So I never drink more than one day on, one day off. So
Yeah. Is today an on day or an off day?
it could be an on day, but I probably won't have any.
Emma Allison says, "My parents bought me some bizarre herbal liqueur from Spain, which will not leave the drink cupboard." That's exactly the kind of thing.
Yeah,
I'm
you
talking
say that
about,
now, Emma. Let's come back to us in 2 weeks' time and see if you drank it or not.
Cough syrup,
Lionel
herbal liqueur,
suggests a virtual happy hour.
Finnish vodka. Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, okay. Yeah, stream a happy hour.
yeah.
Actually, I was
Yeah.
gonna do a bit of a stream tomorrow, not on Oxbox, but like an Instagram stream for the BAFTAs,
Oh yeah.
because the BAFTA Game Awards are being streamed tomorrow. So I might just drink and stream on Instagram.
Do what you
or
would be doing if
something.
you were at the BAFTAs.
Well, I've got a dress is the thing, and it's gonna go to waste.
Are you going to put
I might just
a
get
3-course meal out as well? And get
Yes,
a little
put-
chocolate BAFTA
I'm
face.
gonna have to approximate some BAFTA awards out of tin foil
Yeah.
and have an amazing time. Yeah,
Sounds fun. Sounds fun.
yeah. I haven't got any champagne though, so that's the problem. Nothing fizzy.
I've got Prosecco, but I feel like it's going to need to be a really special lockdown occasion to break that out, probably. Ripperzite says, outside of D&D, what other tabletop RPGs are you considering for the future, both personally and for the show, if any?
Well, Jane and I just played Lasers and Feelings with Dicebreaker, which
Yeah.
is kind of Star Trek based.
It's a very light, like one-page
Yeah.
TTRPG, which is so delightful because I mean I love Dungeons and Dragons and I love like Vampire the Masquerade, which also that one. But having a one-sheet RPG is just such a delight.
Yeah, it's really
like,
convenient.
You know everything you need to know between your like stored memories of Star Trek, which obviously masses of that, and then a single page with the actual rules on it. It's amazing just being able to pick it up and play it like that. So that was good.
Yeah, there's some really fun ones. There's definitely like a Jason Statham one-sheet RPG.
What?
There's a bunch of them. They played a Carly Rae Jepsen
Do you
themed
play
one.
Jason Statham, or is Jason Statham your enemy? How does
I
it
Yes.
can't remember. Maybe both.
It's
Oh,
like being John Malkovich, but everyone,
everyone
is
is
Jason.
Jason Statham. Oh, but you're like a different class. You have to choose what kind of.
Oh,
Jason
like
Statham
Transporter
your
Jason
character
Statham,
is.
or like Crank,
or Crank
Jason
Jason
Statham,
Statham.
or Fast and
Yeah,
Furious.
there you go.
John-
Or Olympic diver Jason
Yeah.
Statham. That's like a sporty
Exactly.
one. Yeah.
Johnny was telling me about one which is like a pro wrestling RPG.
Yeah, that one sounds amazing. I want to
Sounds
see.
incredible.
I want to see you guys, Andy and Mike. You should totally play that. I think you'd
We'll
be
do
good.
it.
I forgot
Yeah.
what it's called now. It was
Yeah, me too.
Oh, hang on. I'm going to look it up because I need to know. Wrestling TTRPG. And it was called... Oh, gosh. Why is it so hard to... Is it called the Worldwide Wrestling RPG? Is that the one?
I think it is. Yeah.
Or is there possibly more than one wrestling RPG?
No, it sounds really fun. So I want to play that and cut promos.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
You should have to.
I've got... My desk is actually piled high with, like... I've got the vampire playbook over here.
Oh, yeah.
And the D&D
Yeah.
one.
I want that other one, Pugmire.
Oh yeah, Alice Bell's played a bit of that.
At the moment, this is the source book for Critical Role's
Oh,
universe,
yeah.
so they all watch out. We could be invading their their turf.
Let's all just rock up in the Critical Roles universe and just start
Yeah.
doing
On
stuff.
So moving things around so they're not,
Yeah.
not where they left it.
Yeah.
On this
Licking things so they can't have them.
Yeah.
on this subject, should we talk about
Yeah.
our plans for Friday, perhaps?
Oh yeah. All right. Well, Mike, you
Yeah,
lead
Mike.
because the bulk of the
Yeah.
technical
It's
challenge is
gonna
going to be Mike.
I mean, yeah, based on how well this is going so far, could be a disaster. But we would like to, because we
In an ideal world.
because we weren't able to do live shows at Rezzed and MCM recently. We know a lot of people missed out on those and were sad that they couldn't see them. We are going to attempt to do a live streamed Dungeons and Dragons game, a bit like this, but hopefully better.
Yeah.
So yes, on Friday, I
I'm so
believe we're
excited.
starting at 3 p.m. UK time.
We're doing 3 till 5 o'clock. It's going to be Johnny. It's going to be Luke. It's going to be Ellen. Why am I naming everyone? You know it's going to be
There's going to
there.
be costumes. There's going to be
Costume!
like dice, probably, that you won't be able to see.
Dice.
There'll be
There'll be an
Nice.
adventure.
Yeah, I've got new dice for the occasion. Hang on, let me show you.
one or more crit might happen. Wouldn't want to promise anything.
Yeah, look at these beauties.
Oh wow,
Silver and blue.
very
dice.
nice.
Pretty,
Oh,
huh?
very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's from the. Hang on. It's from the Layeral Silverhands Explorers kit.
Lateral Silverhands.
I
Yeah.
love Layer or Silver.
Love that guy.
Layeral
That guy's
Silverhands.
cool.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
lots of people in the comments saying yes, yay, woo. Lots of people saying that'd be amazing. Someone suggesting a like spike for that. Why not? It's probably the most like
Yeah.
spike worthy
Yay.
thing we're going to do on this show. But don't
Like spike,
don't
like
tune
spike.
away, obviously.
Mike goes like.
Aisha has done a heart eyes emoji sticker. Thank you so much for that. Lots of people critting in the comments, critting themselves.
Aw.
And
What's going to be really fun is like we only just did a finale of like the most recent Oxventure
yeah, big
like show
things happen.
recently.
Yeah.
So that unlike the usual run of events, everything's going to be fresh in memory. So Johnny won't have to be like, as you remember, last time we were here, you did X, Y, and Z, and we're like, oh
Yeah.
yeah. So
things like Egbert's atrocities still are fresh in
Fresh
memory.
in
An
mind,
atrocity. He never intended to kill the guy, and he's bad in a crisis. And that's his problem. He's not like intentionally bad. He's just
Oathbreaker.
he's not an oath breaker.
I like the idea of being bad in a crisis as Egbert's like critical flaw.
Yeah.
Like, that's his heroic flaw. It's just he goes to
Yeah.
pieces under pressure.
He panics. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, no, that's so.
It's
so
one of
sweet.
his many critical flaws, and he has lots.
Oh.
Kyla Program says, "Will Ellen's otter be present?" I don't know. We'll find out. A lot of people.
Oh, that's a reference. That's a reference to like her Black Flag stream, and a bunch of people came from her Black Flag
Right.
stream into.
I see.
I mean, Ellen's gonna have a whole menagerie. She's gonna be at home, so she's gonna be surrounded by her various pets and plushies.
Maybe.
You can be sure of that.
Maybe.
Yeah.
What we'll have to do is, when we roll, we'll have to then hold up the dice to show the camera so people know we're not
What?
cheating.
Is that gonna work?
Probably
I don't
not.
know if my-
Probably not.
No, I don't think that's gonna
Right,
work.
you're going to have to trust us, everyone.
You're gonna have to trust us when we say it.
I'm just rolling 20s all the way through this thing.
Yeah.
Another
Wow,
20.
20.
I think based
Hell.
What are the
based on my
odds?
inability to roll a 6 on a die that has a 1 in 6 chance of rolling a 6, probably no one will believe me. Lucas Peachy says my Friday is now far too far away. It'll come around. It'll come around soon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be exciting.
Aisha wants to know, by the way, Jane, as a resident Dragon Age player, what are your expectations for the next installment?
Oh my god, my expectations are sky high. I'll tell you
Romancing.
that. My expectations are we won't see it for a bloody long time, like a real long time. Sure. Yeah, I think there was a really good piece on Kotaku a while back about. Oh gosh, what was that game? The game they
Greedfall?
made. No. The EA game that they pulled a load of BioWare people off of Mass Effect.
Anthem.
Anthem. Yes, that only came out last year, and everyone's forgotten it.
How bad is it that you could not conjure the name Anthem? It's
pretty bad.
Despite being like a year. Anyway, what with one thing and another over at EA and BioWare, I don't think we'll be seeing Dragon Age for a really, achingly long
It
time.
has been ages.
But when it does come out, it's going to look amazing, and it's going to be amazing, and I think it'll probably be a continuation of Inquisition. It'll be like Inquisition 2. I mean, that's not like any kind of insider like punditry or insight. That's just my expectation, I think.
Yeah, it's been years. I mean, Inquisition was a like cross-generational game. So it came out on the Xbox One, but it also came out on the 360.
Weird, yeah.
That's how long ago it
It's so strange
was that we had a Dragon Age game. So
Then we're going to have like one Dragon Age game per generation.
long
Yeah.
overdue. Shall we do some comments about the videos from the YouTube comments? How about that?
Yeah.
Let's
All right,
do
so let's get our first one up. So this is from our video about the weird things you'd get in special editions that you'd have to explain to your roommate. And there was the Fear 3 Alma Wade naked pregnant horror statue. And William James points out that the
That's mine.
naked pregnant.
Not that I own it. I
Yeah,
wrote
good.
about it. I was the one talking
Sure,
about
not
that.
that you
one.
own it.
Not that
excitedly
I have
claiming that
several
you
of
own
them.
it.
There are exciting variations depending on which batch you buy Alma statue.
William James says, fun fact, naked pregnant horror statue can be sung to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles theme song. Naked pregnant horror statue. Naked pregnant horror
It's a Saturday
statue.
morning cartoon that nobody asked for.
Naked pregnant
That
horror
nobody
statue.
watched.
Statues that are naked.
No,
It's
no,
really
no.
gross.
She's really yeah.
It
there
is
we go.
gross to look at. Take it away.
Yeah, good.
Man, can you imagine? Like, there's probably a bunch of those in like charity shops, like thrift
Oh,
shops.
God, I
where
hope
people
not.
I don't think
put
they
their-
would take it. I don't think they would take it in like your
Help the
local
aged.
charity shop run by the kindly elderly ladies. You're gonna go,
Imagine if
here you
you
go.
And your one, it would be very strange. Yeah.
There's probably a YouTube series in that, like getting video game statues and taking them to charity shops and seeing if they'll
Yeah,
take them.
I'm sure I've done
Like-
that before. Like taking stuff to. I've definitely taken like promotional T-shirts places.
Oh hell yeah, yeah. If you go to the right like games journalist local charity shop, you can just pick up
So many
promotional
Borderlands
t-shirts.
T-shirts and
Yeah.
Call of Duty
Yeah.
Advanced Warfare T-shirts. What's the weirdest special edition thing you guys have had or got? Andy, did you get the Resident Evil one? The Resident Evil 7 finger one?
Oh yeah, no, I've got, I think, part of it somewhere. Yeah.
I had the locker. I got the locker.
I found the tip of it.
Oh dear. Oh no.
It's just the tip of it.
Get rid of that,
Yeah,
I would.
probably.
I'd not do that. If it's not sparking joy, I would sling it in a bin.
It's in my desk drawer. I'll tell you the best thing that I've got. This wasn't like a special edition. This is a promotional item. I was given at Gamescom, and that's this Murder of Crows.
Oh yeah.
That's nice.
very cool.
That's really nice.
Yeah, it's great.
I like this comment from James Shank, who says they'd, meaning the charity shop, would cover up Alma with Barbie clothes, which I think is quite a
Probably.
sweet like visual. They've genteelly put little Barbie accessories on Alma, so she's less naked and horror.
Gentle Mandrill says, "Thank you. Now I'll have naked pregnant horror statues stuck in my head for days." You are welcome.
As naked pregnant horror statue.
How about another comment from that video so we can stop thinking about naked pregnant horror statues?
That'd be great.
You can try, Mike, but it's not going to work.
I don't know how to pronounce this, but is it Jitlali Cruz? Butchered that, I'm sure. I'm sad Playdead's Inside Collector's Edition wasn't included. It had this fleshy mass of the blob from the end of the game, created by a sex doll company, so it would also feel like a fleshy blob. I did hear about this.
I'm looking at a picture of it right now, and it's
horrifying.
horrifying.
Yeah, it's sort of a spoiler. Like if you, but if I mean,
it's a massive spoiler. Yeah.
But the fleshy blob.
Not really, if you don't know, like under what circumstances
the fleshy blob arrives.
The flesh blob appears.
Yeah, I suppose, but
you'll be playing the game going, there's got to be a massive fleshy blob monster, otherwise what the hell is this thing that I've been given?
But I mean, they could have just made it out of any sort of like rubber, but they were like, no.
Like ultra realistic fake skin.
Yeah, it's just, it feels like they went a bit far.
It's making my skin.
Yeah, they went entirely too far.
Making my skin crawl just thinking about it.
I bet it's slightly clammy, like it's got its own, kind of pores. Yeah.
I tell you what though, collector's editions, the one that I am weak to, I would say, is probably the Final Fantasy VII collector's edition. If one of those, if I could get my hands on one of those,
what's in that?
It's like a model of Cloud with his motorbike and things like that, and it's got little soundtrack CD bits and things like that. I went slightly mad and ordered the soundtrack to the game. Which is like a 7-disc, 70 quid job.
What?
Yeah, this game is my kryptonite. £70
on music.
I know. What an idiot.
I don't think I've spent £70 on music in my entire
The
life.
music's gonna be so good, Jane. It's gonna be so good.
That's true, but can you not Spotify it?
Probably. But that's not the point.
I tell you what else I've got on my desk, Mike, is these stacking dolls from the game.
That's pretty good.
Do you remember Stacking?
That's pretty good.
Yeah, those are cute. That game was so charming and cute. I really loved Stacking.
Or matryoshkas.
Yeah.
What are Double
Nice.
Fine up to at the moment, other than publishing Gang Beasts?
They got bought by Microsoft.
Oh yeah.
So
Psychonauts
I
2, right?
assume,
Psychonauts 2 is what they're up to.
Yeah, Psychonauts 2, but
Yeah.
also I assume swimming around in their Scrooge McDuck style money bin.
Isn't that what Tim Schafer specifically said he was going to do?
Yeah, pretty sure. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, we had some more videos, including one on Resident Evil from Andy. So this comment is from GDJ and says the OG Resident Evil characters have been this unimpressed with individual monsters for a while now. They just swear more these days.
All right, contextualize that comment,
Yes.
Andy.
Oh, I was talking about how Jill's attitude in Resident Evil 3 is great because she just spends the entire thing just furious at the Nemesis, rather than like, I mean, there's a bit of like, oh no, the Nemesis, but most of it is like, I can't believe that bloody Nemesis is here again. It's like, it's
such a nuisance.
Yeah, she's just so done with him, and it's great. I absolutely love it. But yeah, there is like a lot of swearing in this Resident Evil. Like every other thing Carlos says has got the F word in it. The edit took me probably half an hour longer than it needed to because I was having to bleep all of Carlos's dialogue.
Yeah.
Do you remember Barry Burton's
Moira.
daughter in Resident Evil Revelations 2? I want to say.
Do I?
Jeez.
The sweariest character that ever
A
sweared
real
it up.
potty mouth.
Yeah.
That was good.
This is the new direction then.
I'm kind of hankering to go back to the old Resi. What were they called? Resistance or what were they called? Revelations. Yeah.
Revelations.
They were pretty good.
I mean, yeah, Jill always, I think, had some of that attitude in Resident Evil 3. Like, there's the bit where she's like, "You want stars? I'll give you stars," and then just like shoots the Nemesis's corpse like 8 times, but it's like way more pronounced.
Right.
She's just so done. It's great. She's brilliant.
Aww. Yeah. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm kind of excited. I know it's a privileged position to be in, but I'm excited to play like a short game and then go like, yeah, I completed Resident Evil 3. Hooray!
Tick one off the list. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, there's a lot of stuff that I can't talk about in the game as well because, you know, embargoes and things that we're not specifically asked not to mention. So there is other stuff in there that I don't think people have seen.
Okay.
Yet, so
That's cool.
Okay.
That's what you want from a remake, is some new stuff that kind of fleshes out the things your imagination had to fill out when you were playing the original game.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let's get another comment from that video. Here we go. David Cowie says, I'm one of the people who won't appreciate the non-stop action. I liked that Resi 2 Remake was mostly slow-paced and hated the panicky running away bits. So there you go.
Yeah.
Fair comment?
I think, yeah, I think that there's certainly two kinds of Resident Evil game. There's the more horror-y ones and the more action-y ones, and generally the more action-y ones are the weaker ones. That's not to say that this game doesn't have moments of like slow-paced horror. And it does, I don't want to spoil anything, but it does some pretty effective stuff with scares where you'll go through an area once and something will be sort of mildly threatening and then you'll come back and the situation will have escalated or changed or something. But yeah, it's, I think they went too far in that direction with like Resident Evil 5 and Resident Evil 6. This doesn't feel like those.
Right.
Even though Carlos does have a falcon punch.
Amazing. I heard it's kind of more jump scary. Is that fair to say? Less creeping dread, more jump scares, or is that a misrepresentation?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there is quite a lot of creeping dread. And there are things where you can like see things through windows, and you know you're going to have to be going into that room shortly, and it's that sort of sense of dread. But also like the Nemesis, the way that he kind of moves around, that's quite jump scary. Like you'll think you've got away.
He'll teleport in.
Just like or just like as long as you're not looking, he'll teleport in. Yeah.
If you keep your back to a wall at all times, could you avoid him entirely? Like if you just made sure your cone of vision was entirely on the level.
Oh no, I think he'd appear in front of you and then just wreck you up. Yeah.
No.
It's a shame.
You really do. We also obviously put the conclusion of our most recent Oxventure arc up, episode 3, Exhibition Impossible. So we have a comment here from Frankie Babes. He says, I'm desperate for a debrief from Johnny explaining how he intended this to go. Yeah, I mean,
I kind of want to see that as well. Can we do that?
I feel like Johnny is very Buddhist as a DM, and like desire is the root of all suffering. So I think Johnny has to dispense with all desire that things go in any particular direction. And I think he might have like a light sense of where things will generally go. But in terms of like, here's the story as I hope they play it, and here's the end point, I suspect he doesn't have too hard and fast a kind of set of rails for us to be rolling along.
I suspect a lot of the enjoyment for him is thinking on his feet and keeping himself on his toes, you know, and reacting to stuff. He definitely sees it as a collaborative storytelling process rather than, you know, something where it's the players versus what the DM has planned for them.
And I think also he would probably have a sort of vague idea in mind of not how he expected it to go, but how he imagined things might turn out. And then obviously, like whenever you have any sort of story set up, you can probably think to yourself, okay, maybe it'll go like this. So it'd be interesting to think like what he thought it might have gone like.
Yeah, he probably. I mean, he kind of. I felt like with this episode, with the automaton, it was like we came really close to just not triggering that automaton at all, and it was clearly an idea he'd had in his mind, and it was sort of inspired by Dishonored, I think, Dishonored 2's Clockwork Mansion and stuff like that. But it feels like we came very, very close to just not doing that fight at all before things.
I don't know, if that robot was waiting outside, the chances were quite good we'd stumble into that robot. Or do you mean if we didn't set the alarms off?
Yeah, if we hadn't set the alarms off, I think it was behind a sort of door or something, wasn't it, that kind of opened up when the alarms went off?
Yeah.
So,
I like this question here from Jeremy Rock, who says, since Prudence has her book babies, so those are the little snappy grimoire books, and Egbert has Bismuth, will the rest of the party get unique pets/companions as
Almost
well?
certainly.
Well, Egbert doesn't just have Bismuth, right?
Egbert has a seal as well. Seal gaming,
now as well.
Yeah.
Seal for short. Yeah. Yeah, I suspect we really struggle to let things go. I think that's the thing, and particularly Luke. I think Luke has a real tendency to bring NPCs along for the ride, which obviously is more work for Johnny because he has to work out.
He loves any like waste
exactly.
He loves adopting things.
So we've had Alfred Strangetide, we've had Panniers along for the ride. Obviously Bismuth.
And they all live in a big house together now.
I've seen a few people urging me to get like a pet monkey or a parrot.
It would be very appropriate for piracy purposes.
Yeah, or I could get like a little thief buddy monkey like Aladdin has.
Why not? Like Abu. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You could distract people or like run in and steal things. That'd be fun.
One more comment from this video. Ted Liz says, "I'm really curious how many times he rolled to get a 6."
All right, contextualize that in case someone has forgotten your infamous roll for a 6.
So Egbert was given a magical mace that has a 1 in 6 chance of transforming the person you hit it with into something. And obviously, Egbert was desperate to see this in action. Wasn't going to hang around. But the problem was that I kept rolling everything other than a 6, basically. And that was totally legit, totally not made up. The 6 just wasn't coming at all. And it did take many rolls. Andy, you've seen the footage. I can't imagine you trimmed out that many rolls, but you must have trimmed out some.
I definitely trimmed out some. I'm not sure how many.
If you had to guess, how many rolls before Mike got a 6, do you think?
I don't know how many there were in the actual. Probably close to 30, probably. I mean, what are the odds of that?
Oh, I think that dice is effective. I think it's weighted on every face except the 6 somehow, if that's even a thing.
I mean, those are pretty low odds. Probably in the single digits.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. It took a while.
Maybe Mike's luck is getting all stored up, and we should take him to a casino after we come out of lockdown.
Yeah.
Maybe you're just waiting on like a really lucky roll on something else.
Was it Dob who wasted his crit in one of the episodes as well? He was like, "Could have used that 20 on something."
You got a 20 for something like really trivial.
Oh, it was making the closet up, wasn't it? It was making the closet comfortable.
Yeah, it's like that could have been an important game-saving thing. And I'm like, Luke, dice don't work like that.
Luke's brought that curator along as well, talking of characters that Dob brings along.
No, we set him off in a rowboat.
Oh, he went off in the rowboat. Okay, fair enough.
No, not canonically, but let's just say that's...
Because that guy probably likes his job at the museum and wants to carry on working at the museum with his records.
His boss is a seal.
Now that the curator has been atrocitied, probably the whole thing will close down. All those people will lose their jobs.
No.
Again, more of Egbert's crimes.
No. Now it becomes a cooperative, and all the curators jointly own the museum.
No. Now the entire thing floods with acid. The fail-safe's activated. Everyone is killed by automatons and acid.
The entire museum is wrecked.
Back to the last point about Johnny. I did ask him after we finished playing. I said, "What would have happened if I hadn't managed to reset the alarm?" And he was like, "Oh no."
Yeah.
So
he's like,
so that's interesting.
Johnny really conjures the illusion of like everything is up here. Like he's got his own choose your own adventure book that's like stored in his head, and whatever we choose, he's prepared for it. But I think he just loves that thing where you like lay the track in front of the train as it's going along.
Because that's the thing about.
I think he would have just dumped a load of acid on us and see what happens. Maybe some of us would have died.
Because Dob's solution to that problem, without getting into spoiler territory, was pretty good, pretty ingenious. And it does feel like if he hadn't come up with that, the next turn would have been the one where the acid drenched everyone. It was about as close as we've gotten to serious disaster that I can remember.
Agreed.
So yeah, those skeletons, a bit OP. Game-breaking skeletons. Don't tell Johnny, obviously. But yeah.
Maybe in the next adventure,
Nerf skeletons.
The hammer goes overboard or something.
Yeah. Nerf skeletons. Skeletons are OP.
Skeletons OP. Please
Maybe
nerf.
Johnny will make Dob start rolling for weapon damage, and if he rolls a 1, then the weapon breaks and he can never use it again.
Oh, there's only so many uses. There's like durability on the.
It's
on
my
the
least
hammer.
favourite thing in RPGs, which is why it sprung to mind.
And then it chases you into TTRPGs. You can't get away from weapon durability. Yeah. I like this comment from Niper Old, who says, "So a Wabberjack in mace form.
Yeah.
It is very much like the Skyrim Wabberjack, which is like a staff, right? I think that you hit people with, and it turns them
chickens
into
or sweet
rabbit
rolls.
or sweet roll."
We put that in a list fairly recently, didn't we? And you ate a sweet roll that used to be a bandit or something, and it was.
Yeah, I toasted and ate a sweet roll that used to be a bandit.
That footage was really disturbing.
According to Caitlin RC, acid does 10d6 damage per round.
Oh my!
Oh.
I mean that's wow.
That sounds bad.
Yeah. That
Would it be submerged though? Because it's like, would it fill up and you're like underneath it, or would it just kind of shower over you?
Depends how much acid it was.
I don't know how much acid was up there.
We'll never know how much acid was up there, I suppose. Not exactly.
Here's a question though: would if it was glass, would light have not just refracted through it and not broken?
No, because the circle of the moon, whatever it's called, the moonbeam thing, it does like physical damage. It's not just light.
Yeah, it's like a laser. It's an orbital laser.
Right, but like if you beamed a laser through some glass, it wouldn't physically
damage
the glass.
If you fired an orbital laser cannon through your window would be intact, would it?
Well, it depends on the strength of the laser, I guess. And
you heard him, everyone. Fire whatever laser you want through Mike's windows.
Don't fire lasers through
I think if it's got enough magical energy to like cause lots and lots of damage to the target, it's got to have like that collateral effect.
But is it light? Is it light that is causing?
It's magic.
Right,
it's
okay.
magic energy.
I should stop trying to apply any kind of science to D&D.
A wizard
did it. Okay.
A wizard. I say a wizard, I mean
Thanks.
a druid.
Thanks for the satisfactory explanation. All right.
I have a science explanation, but I think on this occasion it's going to have to be a wizard druid.
Maybe Jane, you should do the science of D&D video at some point.
Oh my god, no one needs that. Although I do want to now that you mentioned it. Yeah.
Be fun to pick some of that stuff.
A whole series.
Yeah.
Like one episode is like the science of dragons, and then another episode is the science of moonbeam, and then science of Eldritch Blast. There's no science to Eldritch Blast.
But what could it be? What could Eldritch Blast be made of?
Oh, like if I had to simulate Eldritch Blast using science. That sounds like fun. Yeah.
Sidebar, fun D&D fact I learned from our community tab when we were talking about our Oxventure show that was going to be have a sign language interpreter. Now, I don't know if this is 100% true. It may just be apocryphal, but apparently someone commented that there's no sign for dragon in sign language, so they say spicy dinosaur.
No way! That's got to be a joke.
I
don't know. That's too good to be true. Sure.
I'm going to pretend that. I'm going to make that true in my brain, in my head canon. That's true. Spicy dinosaur is the most delightful pairing of words in the history of the English language.
I know. It's.
Have Luke been informed about spicy dinosaurs?
No, I should let Luke know.
I think if Luke ever owned a boat, he would call it the Spicy Dinosaur.
Or a restaurant.
Yeah.
Spicy dinosaur.
Oh, yes. Well, on that note, we've been going sort of an hour-ish. Any last comments that are good?
Yes, housekeeping business.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've got a list video coming up tomorrow.
What's it on?
Well, Jane, what a wonderful question. It's on games that you can kill yourself in if you try really hard. So games where you wouldn't think that you can die, but you can if you just do something.
Believe in yourself.
Or believe in yourself and stick to it.
Really, really hard.
That's going to be one of our traditional list features, only without us in the studio because we can't film in our studio at the moment. So please do still enjoy it.
Yes.
And then Friday we'll be playing D&D.
Yeah, live.
So stop on by for that.
And also Friday, we're going to see Show of the Weekend from Luke and Ellen again.
Yes, on Outside Extra. Yes.
Catch them on Friday afternoon, UK time. They're going to be doing Show of the Weekend.
Yeah, so that's your week.
And I think Luke's doing an Animal Crossing, I believe, an Animal Crossing stream tomorrow.
Forever.
Let me check my Rolodex. No, my diary.
Endless Animal Crossing streams. It is good.
Yep. Oh no. Yep. It says Animal Crossing stream Thursday from Luke.
Cool.
So that's going to happen in the afternoon. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much for watching. Yeah, stay safe out there. Yeah, thank you so much for using our stuff to keep your isolation entertaining. And we will see you next time. Bye.
Yeah. Have a
Take
great
care.
evening, everyone.
Have a
Or
nice
rest of the day,
evening.
wherever you are.
Morning, breakfast,
Morning,
lunch.
afternoon,
Yeah.
evening,
Night,
All
night.
those things.
all time.